So I thought I needed to make this video. They are in. They are absolutely in riots to protect, justify, and change the story to benefit Kenneth Cooper at the radio station and the Cooper family. I'm going to the grocery store, and they're setting up the perimeters to just. I can't even. It's hard to explain to me. I hope that someone out there gives a shit, because this is so gruesome of my dead sister that it's not me picking at it. They don't give a goddamn fuck about any moral beliefs. This is about scavenge a dead soul for Kenneth Cooper and make Kenneth Cooper an angel, and that he was a hero, and that is a complete fraud and fucking lie. I was going to his apartment. I went to his apartment only like 3 times. When I got there in one of these conversations where I'm like spilling the beans on everything, trying to get answers, he didn't say anything about my sister. And so neither does David. And I can tell they're doing some sort of investigation, like some intense background. They have their gay community background people doing a lot of inner workings that I have no fucking idea about. I don't know about my biological father, anything. And when I mention something, he goes, but that's my sister, man. Like like this is the hood, like he watched all these MTV movies. I know those kinds of fucking kids. They think that they're from the streets and they're 50 Cent and they come from a $500,000 home and luxury life because they think it's just a cool thing and it's a persona. Well, he says something about, he goes, but that's my sister. And I said something about, not negative, I don't know what I said, it wasn't anything negative. I know that. But the fact that he's expressing something about your sister, why aren't you telling me anything about my sister? He's standing in front of my dad's dead casket, like he's the owner. I swear to fucking God, this is how much comfortable he has standing in front of a dead corpse. He stands right in front of me like I'm the owner. I'm getting on the bus. They get somebody that looks exactly like Ken Cooper, sits at the very back seat. His acting role is to act like my father, but he's a white-skinned, blonde-haired fuck, 75 years old, with raggedy clothes, like he doesn't know what's going on. Very clear, very intelligent person. This guy's suicide right there. That guy's suicide. But he's tickling and trying to inviminate. Let me tell you something. The tactic that they're doing is so venomous. It's like the African Bambata or African Mamba. It's such a toxic poison that they're they're spewing at me, because they're in so much desperation that they want control and they want to justify their white race. This is nothing more than that. They want to help their pig be glorified and get the last laugh, all the way to suicide. I'm going to kill you and then I'm going to kill myself. And that's the mentality that they have. I'm going to take this soul, put it on Jesus Christ, just like the Marines shot the Al-Qaeda member. I'm a Marine. And I'm the President of the United States. It's very crazy, and I don't want to play any part of that. I don't like these suiciders. And I want to say this, because this is the intoxication of what Ken Cooper, Sarah Cooper, Kenneth did. They are in every fucking way. I'm telling you, and you're not listening to me. And this is why I have to do what I have to do if I don't just glorify them and justify them, because it turns every inch and knife directly back at my mother, because I don't know anything about the twins. I don't know anything about Michaela. I don't know anything about who my biological father is. This motherfucker is just getting me to spill all the beans. When I'm on the bus, I tell you that this guy, who knows, looks like Bill Gates' brother or some shit. He's sitting next to him on the front. I will sit to the back seat of the bus. It's a short bus. There's a guy that's really old that also looks exactly like Ken Cooper. even more like Ken Cooper. And he's a driver, and he starts training me. They think that this is a war against Al Qaeda. This is what this piece of shit, this white supremacist is doing. And he's, as a driver, he just makes sure that he tries to portray himself as, oh, I'm fine, little dandy, I'm just a nice little old man, and I'm gonna trick you, I guess I can't take a break. He is completely just focused on, this is the acidity of the poison that they're trying to feed me. And when I don't engage, they try to do things so that I engage in, this is what I'm doing, I need you to pay attention to. But it has nothing to do with my life in any way of me getting to my destinations or the safety of situations. It's just to take advantage of the situation because they know my mother is in a very horrible situation. But I wanted to make this video because, my mother is the only only relative that I have that I fully trust. And it's the only mother that I have. And I'm the only person that can speak on behalf of her, and that's why Kenneth did what he did. Every guy that ever went to Michaela, you better be careful because it was them that did it. Oh, where my niggas at? Where my niggas at? Where my niggas at? Oh, Keno, and I said, oh my, I'm saying this is Jesus Christ right here. Like, they think this is, it's very difficult because their moral beliefs are very disgusting and disfigured, okay? They don't give a shit. Sarah Cooper is doing this goddamn shit, and they're playing as a team. It's not, oh, my daddy, Ken Cooper, was a vicious man, and he just was old and, detective, picked up bodies all the time. That's a bunch of bullshit. They are working as a unit to maul apart Frankie, me, and my mother, and the dead corpse. I mean, mauling apart in every goddamn guttering way, using the most acidic poison that they could possibly use. This is not heartfelt anything, but they want to make this into, I get away with what I want, and this is the story of what there's going to be said. And I'm the only one that has the defense for my mother. I'm the only person of this. So I wanted to make this video because this is what's happening. I'm getting on the bus and this is what they're doing. I get to the grocery store and then somebody gets on the phone and it's just like getting this little kid that looks like Kenneth, and I know that's the vibes what they're doing, right? Yeah, I know they're just kids, right? They're just going about your business. But it's to send the vibes that, no, Kenneth was rescuing you and he was really helping. Bullshit. They send another person when I was at the tax office to portray himself like Kenneth. They start getting his acting skills, figure out how he behaves, how he acts, and then manipulate that visions in front of me. When I walk out of my tax office, they get Kenneth at the radio station to start walking and charging at me very closely behind me as I'm walking out the door. And he's waiting outside the door as I'm talking to the tax person. This is the things that they're doing to me. Now, they are in a vicious, horrific, I can't even express it's like the deadliest fucking poison that they're trying to envenenate. They're envenenating me because they want to help these pigs. They want to help these filthy and disgraceful of a fucking human being existence that these motherfuckers are willing to have of all the money and things that they have gotten in life. And they were just, oh, but it was Madison. Oh, but it was Kenneth. Oh, no, but I was just being Angel. They don't give a goddamn fuck. They don't have a single fraction of a drop of the heart that my mother was willing to give and surrender. These are parasitical, don't give a fuck about my mother. They're out for themselves, and they're out just to maliciously get away with their secret life that they were living. And to see what they can get, that I have the power to say what your life outcome is going to be. And it's not going to be as beautiful as it should have been because I got to say what it was going to happen and what was going to happen. They're using the maturity and evolution and age of wisdom as a very harmful way to attack Frankie Mia. To do that to my mother and her kids and make Frankie, I mean, I don't know what the fuck to say. And the President of the United States is the one that's responsible at the highest rankings to get away with this because he doesn't want to shoot him. He doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to pig out this worthless motherfucker. Kenneth knows he runs with his faggots and transgenders and they give him empathetic support. Oh, but Kenneth will give you... And you're around people that want you alive. I'm around nobody that wants me alive and they're filthy fucking pigs. They don't give a goddamn fuck. This is about white supremacy for Ken Cooper. This is about the Holy Bible or kindness or any of this goddamn shit. They want to justify a fucking filthy asshole because I look like a fucking Al-Qaeda fucking member. That's why. But I think it's important for me to talk about because it is not a very easy thing to go because I think so much of my mother, of the type of abuse that you are dwelling in that causes you to make your actions. And my mother doesn't have an education. And let me tell you, my mother, in order for Frankie and me to have watched, and my father watch a baby get stolen out of the very birth bed of her hospital room by her boyfriend Lucio, do you know how she even got pregnant? She got raped. That's how she got a set of twins. She got raped. I was in Mexico. I got raped. Frankie got pork roasted fucking raped. Covered in blood. Horrifically crying like one of the most gruesome crime scenes you can imagine. I saw that shit live. My mother leaves and gets raped. I don't know what story. She was raped. We get to the United States. She has a baby. When she has this baby, they steal the baby after her. Yeah, we're going to rape you, take what's between your legs. And then the gays and the transgenders are going to now take the fucking baby, and we're just here to help. Where was this baby, Julian's identical twin, grown and parented? Was this baby given to a transgender lady? Because you just want to have what's between the legs and you just, oh, that's all you need to fucking do, huh? Do that to my mother and then you will become angel, huh? Because my mother got raped to even have this child. And then you rape her and then you take the child. Because that's how Barack Obama works for the niggas. It's very, very upsetting at the highest degrees because, my mother wouldn't have liked Barack Obama. I know she won't. The fact that he charged at me and his wife is, laughing, they're changing everything. My mother doesn't want those monkey motherfuckers. They're out for themselves. They're the most disgusting parasitical motherfuckers. They get what they want and they laugh. They didn't do anything for us. They didn't do anything for my mother. They made this about themselves for Michael Jackson and the political power and for you niggas. That's what you did it for. And you do your political exchanges. You have to do secrecy behind closed doors. They're not human. These are parasites. And it's very heartbreaking because I think I should make these videos even though there's no more hope. Because if there's ever a surprise or if there's anything that ever happens, it isn't going to change the fact they're lying about this story. They're fucking lying. They don't want to punish them and they're just lying. They're changing I know what the fuck is going on. I'm telling you, they are fucking lying. They did this in a very calculated, I'm going to harm you, I'm going to calculate, I'm going to sabotage you, I'm going to take what you fucking have, you're not going to be able to explain it time for this is not anything good. And I think it's important for me to talk about because they know it's boiling. They already know the buildup. The buildup is to throw that dead corpse at me. That's all this is about. And then change the story again. They get a white guy driving my mother's fucking car, driving by right next to me with his arm like this, like white power. How did my mother get those twins with Marco? Did you rape her again? For white? Because if they're white, half white, then guess what? My mother got raped. But you can't take the white racist out of white racist, huh? I can't do anything about that, but I think Marco has some sort of mental dysfunction. I think there's something wrong with him. I think there is some sort of mental downplay he may have. But I think it's important for me to talk about because the safety of what my mother is. There is no more hope with that. They don't want to punish me. They're coming at me in every guttering, cutthroating fucking way to make sure they get and they lie and make up this story. They train me to believe that. I'm not crazy. I'm not making this up.